Last time, we departed Denver westward bound onto California Zephyr. We passed the Big Ten curve, climbed through the Tunnel District and the Moffat Tunnel,
heading out the tunnel.
traveled along the Colorado River and passed the Rocky Mountaineer in the westbound Zephyr, traveled through the Glenwood Canyon, and arrived at Grand Junction, Colorado.
9691.
And now, we're at the world-famous Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad, and you will see 2 rides, including a doubleheader. There will also be a major surprise, but we'll get to that. For now, let's visit the D&S, and better yet, today is my birthday! It is May 15th, 2024, and we are at Durango. This is the southern terminus as well as the headquarters for the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. I believe that engine right there is an old Rio Grande Southern consolidation, hence the numbered 42. After dropping our things off at a hotel we were staying at, I then decided to start recording the trains. Shortly afterwards, a K-28 engine, number 476, would head towards the crossing. However, as it gets closer, try and notice something.
Illinois Central?
For some reason, when I got there, 476 had Illinois Central lettering on its side. It also had a different headlight.
Alright. What kind of movie would necessitate painting a narrow gauge engine into, I guess, disguising a narrow gauge engine as an Illinois Central engine?
one point, it looked like one of the diesels was about to head over the crossing. But then it reversed back into the yard. I then got a close-up look at 476. It had Illinois Central on the side of its tender. However, it wouldn't be until somebody told me so that this engine was the way it was because it was for a Kevin Costner movie, Horizon.
Illinois Central.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Costner is here, that's why.
It's a what movie?
Horizon, Kevin Costner movie.
Kevin Costner, huh?
He's here in town, that's why they renamed it from the Durango Silverton to Illinois Central.
That's cool. That's so cool.
And Durango is now St. Louis, Missouri, because of Kevin Costner.
Oh.
Welcome to St. Louis.
Well, glad you could greet me in St. Louis. Gesundheit.
I would share this onto my YouTube channel, and the reactions I got were mixed to say the least. While some people may complain about the use of a narrow gauge railroad for St. Louis, Chris Eden Green says it best. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you can get. And they got the D&S, and so that's what they're making do with. 476 is a K28 Mikado built by Alco. This engine used to run on coal, but for a variety of circumstances that, believe it or not, goes well past the 416 fire, this engine was converted to oil firing prior to my visit. The last Durango and Silverton train that was powered by coal ran on March 23rd, 2024. From then on, it was all oil. Some people may complain about that, but either way, it's still a steam engine, pistons and all. I believe that if oil conversion is necessary, then that is a necessary sacrifice to keep steam running.
Honestly, the oil smell is still pretty good. Not as cool as the coal smell as these engines previously burned, but a nice smell either way.
There were also a lot of crews for filming when I got here.
I can look at the what?
Huh?
I can look at the what?
You can go as far as the fence, but don't put your cameras on the other side.
All right.
Stay on this side of the fence.
Okay.
After a bit, 476 would then start backing up. but it wasn't long before it started moving forward.
Aerial firing underneath the engine. Tall timber. .476 would then start switching from one track to another. Then after a few minutes, it seemed like 476 was going to go over the crossing again.
And then it went in reverse.
No, you're good, man.
I would then head back to the hotel, where afterwards, Mom and I would then have dinner.
Well, you were not in my way, actually, so... Dang it.
But apparently, even on the Durango and Silverton, I am still getting Brampton Cursed. But anyways, here was the regularly scheduled passenger train. It was pulled by a K-28 473, a sister to 476. There were also 7 other K-28s. However, during World War II, a lot of them got sent to Alaska, and they weren't fit for Alaskan weather, and so the U.S. Army, instead of just sending them back to the Rio Grande, just cut them up for scrap.
Night sky.
All of this is going to be the Illinois Central Railroad now. After the train pulls around the loop, they're going to take these cars off and start filming all night long.
All right. I guess these are for some kind of night scene.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Speaking of filming, that night, I and several others would head near the station to see the train scenes getting filmed.
I'll tell you his dirty secret later.
All right.
And then she called the bear Winnie the Pooh bear. No, oh yeah, okay. She said. Hey guys, on this side of the car.
Oh, have to be.
Hey guys, you said you did, right?
But I said. Quiet on the set as I proceed to get in my car and drive very fast.
The guy that he was from UK, he's never been to the US.
Mr. Costner's sitting over here under the white tent.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He waved at us about 15 minutes ago.
Sorry, I didn't see him. But yeah, sorry, we thought it was you.
Also, as a side note, he did wave at us. He's the guy in the 10-gallon hat.
Oh, that's Kevin Costner. Hi.
Get him to come over here.
Yeah.
I bet he will. My buddies in my department, I met him in Silverton yesterday. He rode the train.
He was at Silverton?
He rode the train yesterday.
Awesome.
He totally waved at my wife.
As an added bonus, Costner actually came over to us and talked.
It seems a little boring back here, but we're trying to make it exciting the moment you go into the theater. So I appreciate that you would even come to watch what we do. So I love what I do and love that you would even be interested in. So I've wondered myself sometimes when I first saw it. It's like a movie comes, it's like a circus. The circus comes to town. And there's something happens that's really unusual. And that's happened every time I've ever made a movie, whether it's Field of Dreams or Bodyguard or anything that's taken me to another city. There's 2 or 3 people that come and watch at night and say at the end, I'm going to do that. And they come to Hollywood and they find a way to work in this business. It's like we're like moths to the light. We're just drawn to it. I want to thank you for coming. I got to go back to work. want you to think that I didn't see you and I haven't been where you've been. So good night.
Good night. Thanks, Kev.
By that point, I headed back to the hotel because we had a train to catch the next day. Speaking of the next day, we're now at the Durango depot waiting to board our train. Instead of the standard coach class, we would ride in first class for this trip, but because I was 19, we had to do the all-ages first class. Maria would be our attendant in first class for this trip.
So I have you guys separated, which is weird why they separated you. Let's do this.
Well, it was intentional, and there were only 2 seats available when I booked.
Okay, well, I can put you guys together if that's what you want. I have one person right here, and then I have another one way back there. But the seat that's right on 26 is, like 25 is empty.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, sounds good to me.
We don't have a napkin or anything, do we? You can ask her.
What? There you folks go. Right here.
You're not the boss of us.
All right.
Is this yours or that's ours?
That's yours.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Far away at the front, the whistle blows, signaling our departure.
You're taking pictures or you're out on my platform, make sure that you're always aware of your surroundings if you're out there taking pictures. We do come up to close the rocks down trees. Okay? Also, folks, you're going to be stopping anytime. Please do not get off board. It's just stopping board. And no smoking off board whatsoever. You go here in Colorado, it ain't legal. And make sure that you walk
Yeah, we're heading out of the station.
I actually walked by him and I was like, you're very handsome for your age. And then I told my mom. So, yeah, he rode the train a couple days ago. That was fun.
Hello there.
After departing the station, we would travel along the western edge of Durango before we crossed the Animas River.
A dream come true.
Can you not tell that I'm a fan of steel bells? We have now crossed over the Animas River and will enter a place called Animas. Can you guess why it's called that? The Rio Grande wanted its terminus to be at Animas, but they said no, so now Durango reaped on in all the benefits of having a train station terminus and not Animas. This line is a branch line of what once used to be the San Juan Extension, which was built in 1881 and went from Hermosa to Durango via Antonito and Chama. There was also a section from Durango to Farmington, New Mexico, which was called the Farmington Branch. This line is a branch line of what was once the San Juan Extension, which was built in 1881 and went from Hermosa to Durango via Antonito and Chama. There was also a branch from Durango to Farmington, New Mexico, which was called the Farmington Branch. This line, including several others like the Rio Grande Southern and the Marshall Pass line, were also once part of what was called the narrow gauge circle. Eventually, though, by the 1940s and the 1950s, the narrow gauge was being torn up across Colorado. The Rio Grande Southern, gone. Gunnison line over Marshall Pass, gone. The Valley line to Hermosa, gone. And the San Juan extension would later be the next to be guillotined from the Rio Grande's network. But it wouldn't be so until 1968. Then 1968 came and the San Juan extension and the Farmington branch were abandoned. Only the Silverton branch stayed active because it was a tourist line by that point. The section of the San Juan extension from Antonito to Chama is now the Cumbres and Toltec, a railroad that I have ridden on once in the past. The rest of the extension and the Farmington branch wasn't so lucky and was torn up later on.
I guess purple?
Purple? You got it.
From here to Hermosa, we'll follow Highway 550. After Hermosa, we'll cross over the highway and leave the highway, although we will see it again later on as the highway will later cross over us. We're passing by a Y track and there's a diesel sitting on it. That diesel is a Montreal Locomotive Works built DL535. Yes, that Montreal Locomotive Works. They were originally delivered to the White Pass and Yukon Railroad, but were delivered to the D&S after the 416 fire. Now, about the fire, people think that the fire is the only reason the D&S converted to oil and bought diesels, but wildfire risks weren't strictly the reason why that was. Insurance for coal was high, and only after the fire did it get ridiculously high. Not to mention the coal mines that the D&S would have gotten their coal from would have probably dried up eventually. And actually, for years, the D&S had wanted to convert some of their locomotives, if not all of them, to burn oil. The 416 fire was just the straw that broke the camel's back. We have reached Hermosa siding. Even though there is a water tank here, it's rarely used. But this place is used to store maintenance of way equipment.
Rio Grande Royal Gorge Moffat Tunnel, scenic line of the world.
We are now crossing over Highway 550. This is only one of 2 times that the railroad and the highway will encounter each other.
Huh? No, not yet.
Get you another picture with the engine.
Now that we're going up a grade, our engine 480 is now working hard.
locomotive starting working. Yes, we will be climbing a 3% grade, and a small section of that 3% grade is almost to a 4% grade. We'll get up to about 4%. So, we are climbing. We're actually climbing the 2.5% grade for 6 miles. Then we'll flatten out a little bit, and then once we get our second water stop, that's when we climb the rest of the way to the okay? So, the locomotive, the 480, was built in 1925 in Pennsylvania, the Baldwin Company in Pennsylvania. Wheel configuration is 282, and it weighs about 140 tons. And it actually, for 97 years, now we started converting all our locomotives into oil. We started
now approaching Rockwood, and we'll make a stop to let some people on and off the train. This railroad, while small, is a vital link for some people.
Alright, so Rockwood is another station area where we pick up the passengers. Okay? So typically passengers down in Durango miss the train. No lie, they go with jumping into the ticket office. Demand a refund.
You snooze, you lose.
No, you got one more chance to get on the train. You have to drive up to Rockwood about 22 minutes, jump on. We'll actually stop for them. Right behind me, up in this area, is the Basin Club golf course. One out of 3 golf courses that we have in Durango. The one that we passed down the valley, we don't land. And the third one is over by Fort Lewis College, called Field Cup. Before we get on to the Rockwood Cut, here at Rockwood we're going to stop. It might be 15 minutes to pass. But let's go over a little bit of history while we're waiting, okay, folks? So, the Rockwood Cut. There were 2 movies filmed here in the Rockwood Cut. One of the movies being Around the World in 80 Days, the original one. Has anybody seen that movie? Okay, in the original one, do y'all remember that tunnel scene in the movie? So, yes, you remember it. Not a lot of people do. But that was here at the Rockwood Cut, and what they had to do is they had to build a paper-mache roof over the Rockwood Cut to make it into a tunnel. Then there's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Everybody seen that one? Yeah? Do you remember the robbery scene?
Yes. Yeah.
That's where it was, in the Rockwood Cut, where they had the horses and they jump on the train. That's where that happened here in the Rockwood Cut. When we come up to the Rockwood Cut, folks, I advise you to keep your hands or heads in because we are really close to the rocks, okay? Please do not touch the rocks or the trees, okay?
Okay.
It's very dangerous. I'm warning the adults, not the kids. The kids, you tell them once, they won't do it. Adults, tell them a few times, they'll keep doing it. So, kids, you're in charge of the adults. If you see your parents touching your rocks, you tell them, okay? So, folks, we are going to be entering the High Line, which is going to be your most scenic part. Some of you the most scenic part. For me, the whole entire trip is the most scenic. Everything is beautiful. But we are going to be coming up onto the High Line, where we're going to be about 400 feet above the Animas River over on this side. So hopefully you're not afraid of heights, okay? Because we're right there on the edge. So folks, the General William Jackson Palmer is the one who established the railroad in 1881. He came out here because he heard of all the mining camps being built. And the miners were pushing for a railroad so they could haul all that ore down. So he reached here in 1880, started building the railroad in 1881. He built the tracks from Durango to Rockwood in the late fall, Rockwood to Silverton in the winter, early springtime. The majority of this railroad was built in the wintertime, okay? He actually hired mostly Italian immigrants, which are a lot of those prospects that came from New York and back east were a lot of Italians. And they knew the miners and all that fun stuff. So they came out here, helped General Palmer build it. So, on the High Line, the General Palmer, when he was building this railroad, he didn't want anyone taking any documentation for photos because he was afraid that his investors would back down because of how much danger he put their workers in. So he's taking that away for $2.20 a day. So the miners, in order for them to build the High Line section,
That's how much I make on. That's less than. That's more than how much I make on YouTube now.
It cost the General Palmer $100,000 per mile to build the High Line section. Now it will probably be over $5 million to $1 billion. Okay? So, miners, what they want to build the High Line, black powder shot, raised them up just in time before the black powder went off. They completely blasted this area out, okay? So, when you get on to the highway,
Okay,
After leaving the Rockwood Cut, we're now heading for one of the most iconic landmarks on the Durango and Silverton.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
check it out.
Welcome everyone to the High Line, stretching high above the Animas River.
Yeah, I would really like to not have to be disabled.
By disabled, I mean disabled physically, not mentally. I am already mentally disabled as I am an autistic, which to some people is another word to describe people who like something that they hate. And as a side note, I don't think anybody who uses the word autistic to describe people who like something that they hate even know what the word autism even means.
Animas has a reputation of being the worst whitewater in the state. We got rapids so big we break the scales.
Good luck being a rafter.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to be incredibly expert or incredibly stupid to raft down there.
Excuse me, can I just...
All right.
Railway destroyed from 779. Yeah, 729.
To rebuild it took 2 months. This is going to be destroyed.
Hey, didn't the Rio Grande like own this line until the 80s?
81. Yep, they owned it until 81. Yeah, if you're over the 70s, a lot of the cars are still here. Maybe Alamosa's been here the whole time.
Remember, I was very young. We would go on big vacation and back slideshows.
Keep it in the canyon on the river.
What's that?
Keep your eyes open, see if it's a rail and the river was all built in the 70s.
Yeah, I see it. No, imagine if seeing the rapids down there in the Animas Canyon. Imagine if there was a death sentence called getting on a raft through white water streams. The painful death. must have been washed out in the flood many years ago. I think the Animas River in this area would be a really good death sentence. No problem, man.
Picture there. Thank you.
No problem.
We're now heading over the high bridge over the Animas River, making this our second Animas River crossing. We will cross the Animas 3 more times before reaching Silverton. Now out of the high line, we will gain a little bit of speed, though it won't be that much faster. To the left is the Tacoma power plant dam. No road to here. Any supplies that are necessary for the dam come in by rail.
Alright, so we just passed Tacoma Hydro Electric Power Plant right over here. is a lake called Electro Lake, okay? The power plant would power 400 megawatts of electricity every day. And would power over 1,000 around the area. A little bit after they built that, started generating around 19. The generator actually got flooded out by the river. So they had to stop using that third generator. Now they go back to their two generators that run. This is the oldest hydro electric power system still powered out today.
Salt?
Well, what's in that drink called?
Phosphate?
A lot of minerals mixed in with the boiler. So we have.
Guess that's one way to source copper.
Now that we're stopped at the water tower, Maria would give us some info about the water tower. They don't source the water directly from the river because the river, well, let's just say it has enough copper to make anyone who's against railroad electrification sweat.
We actually used to run on coal not too long ago. The last time that we ran on coal was over the winter time. I'm actually hired our last full-length locomotive before it was about a couple of months ago. So when we used to run on full foot, you had your engineer. Who's your engineer? Running the equipment, right? Oh yeah. Your engineer is running the equipment.
John.
Then you also have your fireman. Who's your fireman? Yeah, we'll be shoveling the coal, but now the oil burns, right? The oil. So when we used to run on coal, your fireman would shovel up to about, on a Silverton trip uphill on the way up, would shovel up to about 5.5 to 6 tons of coal, and then a ton and a half on the way down. Now with the oil burner, we're still doing a lot. I don't know who is up in the locomotive, but yeah, girls can do it. I'll tell you what. Kyla was actually our first woman to complete a Silverton trip shoveling coal, right? Before we converted it to oil. And now she's an engineer. She got promoted engineer last year. She did a lot of it. She became the first conductor, woman conductor, and the first fireman, woman fireman to complete the Silverton trip. And then, in over 142 years of the railroad history, she also decided on the day that she was running by herself, you know, to run a locomotive without someone doing it with her. We decided to put a lift shift up there with her. We also another side. And we decided to put those together. We got a lift shift as your fireman. Kyla as your engineer. 142 years of the railroad history. They were the first all-female engineer on the So,
hang on tight, folks.
All right, let's go.
Everybody hang on. They were about to I knew we were about to.
With the whistle blowing, we're now on our way again.
Actually, our railroad selected there's so many stories about Kyla. And I think that's even up in the locomotive and ask Kyla to up there. So if you look over on the right side, you're going to come up to a very little quick tiny little waterfall, and you'll see the recycled railroad pink phone.
What was the medal, Maria? What was the medal?
500,000 days.
Copper medal.
Tank Creek. This here, I mean, track. Well, there are plenty of railroads that have female engineers.
She won the other day, but that's because the locomotive was giving us a hard time.
But not necessarily majorities of crews are women.
We all love Kyla. So like I said, we're going to talk about Kyla. So starting on the
We have reached the Cascade Canyon Wye. During the winter months, the trains would end their journeys here at Cascade Canyon, as the avalanche danger towards Silverton would be too great to risk doing a full trip to Silverton. We have now made our third crossing over the Animas River.
No, that's all right here. You can still look out behind me. guess inside?
It's like awesome. If you don't want one, it's fine, but it's a good way to remember the trip. Awesome. I'll be holding on to that until the end. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hi.
Coming up over on our right side, folks, we're going to see a bridge. Look, there's a bridge across. We're going to let Needleton flag up. Where we drop off on the back. On the back.
Folks, look over here, you can see the old water tank.
We are now at the Needleton tank, and the train refilled on water here as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the departure as I was in the bathroom. We are crossing the Animas for the 4th time, and right there is an old bridge that was likely abandoned years ago. We're going on the newer bridge that replaced that old bridge right there.
There's a bird. Don't know if you guys can see. Where?
You see a moose? So, where do you see a moose? Silverton is an old mining town. Silverton actually discovered 27 mines, mostly silver, gold, and copper.
I can't see it.
Mine up here. Silver. There's 27 mines. We're coming up to the 12 mines, the local mines. Right across this mine is the $1 million highway 550 right up there. Yep. That's here on the
We're crossing over the Animas for the 5th and final time. The D&S appeared to have replaced the old wooden bridge that supported the tracks for decades over this crossing with a much sturdier structure with concrete. Still, it's kind of sad to see the old structure go, but you can definitely tell that this structure was put into service just recently, hence why we have to go slowly, and hence why there's still ties leading up to the old bridge.
If you guys see something, yell it out so we can all see it.
Yep, that's the old mine shaft. Where is the moose, though?
We have now arrived at Silverton, Colorado. In the early days of this railroad, there were many mines and railroads serving the mines. Those mines hauled silver out, and they hauled silver out by the ton, hence the name Silverton. Silver from the Silverton mines would head down to Durango and be smelted in Durango before headed to God knows where. Unfortunately, because of Grover Cleveland and the silver panic of 1893, all of that got ruined.
Hoy y mañana.
This engine here is number 480. It is a K36 locomotive built by Baldwin for the D&RGW and worked the narrow gauge for decades before settling on the Durango and Silverton. All but one of the K36s survived. K36 number 485 fell into the turntable pit in La Salida and was used for spare parts.
Oh my god, so cool. You want to get a picture of you in front of it?
I would then take a photo of 480, and Mom and I would then head to the Handlebars Food and Saloon, which has a bit of a fun sense of humor.
Well, let me have a rule and a saw and a board and I'll cut it. I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it. Well, we worked so hard to build a little house together. In the snow or the rain or the ice cold wind, whenever. No matter what the weather, we're together.
All too soon, after eating some food and doing some shopping, it was time to head back to Durango.
Alright, folks. So, welcome aboard. For those who rode with Isaac yesterday. Okay, so y'all know the scoop. So I don't need to go over. You guys remember where the bathrooms are. They're right back there. One up there. Just the only difference, I'm the girl version of Isaac. I'm Maria. So Isaac is here. He's just in that car behind us. So folks, again, I'm Maria, for those who are new. Everything from Silverton to Durango goes downhill from here, okay? But lots of more stories, more history on the way down. Lots of funny stories. I know some of you already heard some of my funny stories. By the way, folks, you saw some naked people. Yeah, two. Man and a woman. So,
skinny dipping.
So keep your eye out.
Yeah. It's better than the moose.
Yeah. Right? Which is with our shot of amaretto, half and half cream, orange juice, and triple sec. So if you ever had like a orange cream popsicle, it's a drink form, okay? It's really delicious. And then we also have one of my favorites, which is the Train Mule, which is with a local bourbon whiskey called Cinder Dick, ginger ale, lime juice, and cherry juice. So it's kind of on the whiskey sour. And then we also have our strawberry daiquiri and old fashioned.
Okay.
That engine right there is PB, and I don't think anybody know what it means.
Great shot of Pigeon Peak and Turret Peak, and then right down there where the $1 million highway goes down to up by Uray, Red Mountain Pass. Keep your eye out for a boost. Just to let you folks know, I will take your drink orders here in a little bit. We do come up to the back and knock photo opportunities. I'm on. So
he taking pictures for?
Hi there! As a heads up, you're gonna see these shots a lot.
see if anybody could get a picture-perfect photo of the bridge, the abandoned bridge, the old right-of-way bridge, okay?
All right.
So, this is the contest, okay? So you might win something. You might get a cookie, you know. But you have to be able to get the picture looking down at the bridge. You have to get both sides of the track. The entire track going back has to be completely straight. It's impossible. You have to get looking down the track. Down.
That's the old bridge.
I would then take a photo of the old bridge for a competition. Here's the photo. And I won a cookie. We are once again stopping at Needleton for water. We'll need that because not having water in a steam engine is pretty dangerous. Especially when it's running.
Well, you know, the brakes were probably what was smelling.
I'm not sure if hot brake shoes would smell like crap from a porta potty. I think looks like it's being refilled. It looks like it's being watered. It's just
be cool.
Yeah. All right, 480 is topped off with water. That's the official we're going whistle, I think. Alright, the brakes have been released. I guess since we're now going downhill, it's more brakes and steam. Yeah, more brakes and steam. And when you're stopped and have to get a move on, you just ease off the brakes to move.
We are now departing from the water stop at Needleton. And this time, I'd actually have a chance to see the Needleton water tank. Since I'm not using a bathroom this time, unlike last time. Rhea then showed us a photo of the train wreck in the movie Denver and Rio Grande, which was filmed on the D&S.
It's one of those trains that those cars that clear snow from the in between the tracks?
Yeah. So it's a train that plows through snow that clears the tracks that have snow on it. And there was a double header. So you have the engine that has the helper to get that momentum, to get that deep snow off the track. And what had happened is when they were going through, as they went through, that second locomotive that's pushing the helper struck some rocks and started slowing down and started pushing the helper off to the side and derailed down into the river. One fatality. What had happened when that locomotive started going off, the engineers and the firemen started jumping off. One fireman tried to jump off, but didn't quite make it and got stuck in the thing, okay? Another engineer actually got severely injured where he lost his leg because he was in the river for so long, and that river in December is down to about 35 degrees, even maybe lower, 32. And so, the long time that we've been there, he was developing hypothermia, and his legs have been taken away.
Oh, that Shasana's been shot.
And the one thing about this train wreck, those two locomotives that wrecked down into the river, they were able to come back up here and grab all those parts and bring them onto freight trains and bring them back down to Durango and rebuild them to they could run for many more years. So I'm going to come around and show you that photo of that train wreck, okay? Now the reason why I talk about train wrecks around, especially the highline, is some of you notice a sign that says 5? Yeah. That's telling the engineer we need to go 5 miles per hour, okay? Back then, railroading in the 1880s on till the 1950s, railroading was super dangerous. They didn't care about safety. They cared about two main things. What were those two main things? Money and... So,
time.
Money and time, right? Get there as quick as they can and to come back and get paid. That's what they were there for. So I'm going to come around and show you that photo. Time.
Money and time. That's why you don't. That's why even when a train is late, you won't see them going ridiculously past 79 miles per hour. So you won't see an Amtrak train hitting 95 into 79 anytime soon, unless the speed is raised to 95. Or something higher, or around that.
Maria then showed us a picture of the wreck that she was talking about. It occurred on December 27th, 1921, over 100 years ago.
Now, people ask questions, you guys ever derail? And when someone asks me that question, if we ever derail, I have to remind you guys, derailment on a narrow gauge is really different on a Amtrak. On Amtrak, you are going fast, and you will lose lives. It will be really bad. However, on the narrow gauge, it is very, very different. A standard gauge could be slightly worse too. But Amtrak is particularly more dangerous because they are going fast. If we were to derail you would just go off the track, no biggie, just off to the side, and you would skip over because we're going so slow. I'm not going to lie, we've actually half derailed on the High Line, and nothing happened.
After we got off.
And we will never, unoccasionally we will. It's just if you know, sometimes we have double headers, it's hard. That's why we try to, you know, run as good as we can. I've only been on 3. We really like to say a slight derailment because it's not really a derailment. So, and the cool thing is, putting a train back on the track, especially far locomotive, we have this device that is up in the locomotive. Now, the locomotive derails takes you a little bit. Actually, sometimes the locomotive is easier to bring back on the track. But if we were to have multiple derailments, with the nest on the very top. Some of you actually spotted it out. So, again,
very
right
top
across,
of
coming up, we're going to be right across from it. You're going to see a dead long tree with the nest on the very top. Mama Osprey is up in there. I can see her little head.
Is there a mountain? Is it on a mountain?
Yeah, right up there. It's hard to see. Remember, you got to see a big, dead, long tree. Now you're going to want to look down. Down there.
Oh, I see the big, dead, long tree.
It's on the other side.
Yeah, I saw.
Right down there, you see something white poking on it. Yep, that's enough.
Yeah, I kind of see it.
So yeah, you want to look down, or look up, and you'll see something white.
Oh yeah, I see.
On top of the tree.
I see it.
There's your guaranteed wildlife right there.
There we go.
You're like, no, I want to see a mountain goat or a bighorn sheep.
Something that's hard to miss.
We still got chances to see bears, don't worry. We're not done yet.
Are they hiding? Are they just black bears?
Black bears. We also have what's called cinnamon bears, which is a cinnamon color. Some people mistake them as brown bears, but they're not. They're a little bit, I can't say they're this color, but five, six gray wolves here from Oregon, and they're going to try to get a couple of them already died. Not by a farm. But the reason why we blew the whistle is there is someone on the track with people photographers or kayakers. You never know. So if you want to get that canyon shot again, it's going to be looking down that way.
It was across the river. Yeah. Some people spotted it.
Most of y'all have seen photos of trains on the High Line while the train is heading towards Silverton. How about when it's heading towards Durango? No problem.
Is he spitting out the smoke just to give a lot of these guys actually like videos or pictures for us actually.
So does he deliberately spit out all that smoke for the photograph?
Probably, yeah, probably.
The tracks we were just on.
Down is the only angle.
Here we see some film crew for the film Horizon. And here's one more look at the river for this trip.
She's always an attendant of family. But I've asked her out of all the people that were attendant, who was your favorite? And I texted her at lunch, and I still have to date with her the other day. They all went to lunch together. So I told her that I think about this. Was he jealous?
tracks sound like a clippity clop from a horse. Wait, clippity clop, clickety clap. Clippity clop, clickety clap, clippity clop, clickety clap. Huh. Why didn't I think of that before?
We're now crossing under Highway 550, the highway that enters Durango, at least from the north.
back to the highway. Almost though.
We're crossing Highway 550 once again, meaning that we're now out of the mountains and home free for Durango.
What is the dog doing? That echoed across the valley.
There's a plume of smoke over there. Normally that would be a cause for concern, but this time it isn't a cause for concern, and you will see why.
That's 476.
Yep, we passed 476, likely either filming or having staging shots being shown.
Silverton air gauge.
You guys sold it to a company called American Heritage Railway in 1998. And that is Al Harper and his family, and they are still our owners today. One thing you should know about Al Harper is he's the whole reason why Polar Express is alive today. If you have a Polar Express near your town, just a reminder, we own it. We have the right to go around. We actually partnered up with Warner Brothers. We have the right to Polar Express, and we go around the world and sell Polar Express licenses to other railroads. We have over 20 here in the United States, about 11 to 12 in the UK, 2 in Australia, and 2 in Canada.
Nice. Six? 10. 10 times. 5 times on the way up, 5 times on the way down. The Animas River is known as the River of Lost Souls. Long time ago, down the river, and one day decided to park their boat on the side, put their shoes in the boat, and walk upstream, catch fish, have some fun. As it was getting darker, they started making their way back, and they made their way back to their boat. The boat was missing with their shoes in it. That's the reason why it's called the River of Lost Oh. That's why you don't leave your things unattended, kids. That's assuming any kids are even watching this.
If you got your tickets online and you printed them out, get off this road. Hopefully they'll be open. Print out the souvenir tickets, yellow tickets for you. Just the Cascade Canyon Wye, fired up pizzeria. Another favorite restaurant of mine is the Rail right there. Teamwork is way up on that street right up there. We've got Hermosa Coffee and Durango Coffee Company, both great coffee places. The Diamond Bell Saloon right up here in the corner. It actually used to, back in the day, they had the swinging doors in the summertime, and the horses would drive right on in, tied their horses, and tail would get off, drink some whiskey, get back on the horses, and right on out. We actually used to do fun gunfight shows until someone freaked out and complained about it.
Man, can't have shit in anywhere.
I liked it. I was in some of them. It was fun. You start off with a bar fight and then take it out to the street. It's a lot of fun. You have to put your outfit. That's where the railroad likes to go get margaritas at Rio Grande. We also have Terra. So Terra is a cidery, a local cidery place. And then we also have Mini Taqueria and the 4-week wine right up there. All great places to check out. I'm running you off my front hope to see you folks in the future. I hope you had a wonderful time, a wonderful day. Thank you for riding with
All
me.
too soon, the ride comes to an end as we have arrived back at Durango.
Thank you!
Before Mom and I headed back for the hotel, I went ahead and headed for the front of the engine to take a photo of it and to briefly check out the museum that's inside of the roundhouse. And here is the museum at the roundhouse. Sister to 480, 486 is also near here. 486's tender is being used on 480, and therefore it's not running right now, but hopefully it'll come back soon. Although that ride was over, the next day I would take one more ride on the D&S, and that time it was going to be with 2 engines.